2026. Let the record reflect, we do have a quorum. Member Luker, Member Onstad, Member Schilling, Member Yeager, and Mayor Iverson are present. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next on our agenda is open forum. Open forum is an opportunity for members of the public to address the city council on items that are either on or not on the current agenda. Items requiring council action may be deferred to staff or boards and commissions for research and future council agendas if appropriate. You will be limited to 3 minutes, and we ask that you conduct yourself in a professional, courteous manner and refrain from the use of profanity. Failure to abide by this policy will result in the loss of your privilege to speak. Do we have anybody here tonight that would like to speak? No? All right, we'll move on. Approval of minutes. Consider approving the minutes of the work session of the Wyoming, Minnesota City Council for June 2nd, 2026. If there are no comments or changes, do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
We have a motion to approve by Member Onstad. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Member Schilling. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, so approved. Number 2, consider approving the minutes of the regular meeting of the Wyoming, Minnesota City Council for June 2nd, 2026. If there are no comments or changes, do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
We have a motion to approve by Member Onstad. We have a second by Member Schilling. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, so approved. Number 3, to consider Resolution 260690, a resolution receiving bids and awarding a contract for the city facilities improvement project. So, Mr. Linwood, are you?
I can start, Mayor, and then I think we'll direct any questions towards our consultants.
Okay.
Just to give, this is going to be similar to what we just had a work session with our council discussing some of this. But over the past several years, the city council has evaluated facility needs associated with City Hall, the police department, and the fire department. As part of those efforts, the city acquired a property located at 26263 Forest Boulevard for future City Hall operations and future in a different phase, our police department. We did move forward from direction with council to proceed with designing and bidding improvements to both our future City Hall and the existing standalone fire department that will be located here at this facility we're in now. Those included the renovation of that building that we purchased for the City Hall, and then an addition and renovation for the existing City Hall Fire Department, and that's intended to address long-term operational space, safety, facility needs that have been identified through many different facility studies, council discussions, and efforts through planning. The project was publicly bid on June 2nd, 2026. Kraus Anderson Construction Company and Wold Architects reviewed the bids and received and provided a recommendation for the contract award. That contract letter is in front of you tonight with after they vetted all the different contractors on the different components of the project. Total recommended contract award amount is for $5,739,644. This now does provide the city with firm construction pricing for the project. Contract bids did slightly exceed our previous construction estimate, but staff has reviewed those bid estimates and discussed that project as we previously discussed earlier this evening with both Wold Architects and Kraus Anderson. And we are recommending awarding those contracts to maintain our project schedule and move forward with our implementation, both here at this facility and the the new facility at 26263. The project team has been going through those bids and has began to find value engineering opportunities and potential cost-saving measures. That process will continue to move on to see if there's any other savings that we can do in reducing overall project costs. That being said, if there's any other questions, we would recommend to approve Resolution 26060. There is a bid letter that has been sent by Kraus Anderson. If there are any questions, or Dan, if you want to give any summation of that bid letter, I think I kind of did it, but if there's anything you want to add? Okay. Council, if there's any questions, we can stand for those now, whether myself or the consultants.
Okay, we'll start with Member Luker.
I have no questions. We discussed this at length during the work session earlier tonight. I am absolutely in favor of moving forward on this. If we don't, it will continue to get more expensive, and our public safety deserves to be in a better situation, and our residents deserve a reflection of that as well. So I'm in favor of moving forward on this.
Okay, thank you. Member Yeager?
Given that the bids were higher than expected, wouldn't it be prudent to do the value engineering first and then ask for rebids rather than plow ahead at this point, which can give the appearance that there is no upper limit to how much money the city will spend on this project?
I think, and I'll let our construction manager from Kraus and Wold speak to that, but there are, I think, some considerations that they have done as part of that, but maybe, gentlemen, I'll let you address that.
As far as the rebid, yes, that is certainly an opportunity, but as we've discussed earlier, costs potentially could go up at this point. For us right now, it'd be essential to kind of enter into contracts to lock in this cost at this point and move forward.
Okay.
Value engineering isn't gonna stop today just because bids or contracts are entered into. It's something we're gonna be working through the length of the project.
Okay. Well, see, I do have this continual concern about the escalating costs that just keep going up no matter what we do with you guys. And at this rate, we're looking at getting up to, what, close to the $19 million that we said that we were going to have to pay for a new building. And I'm not too thrilled with not knowing how much the escalated cost of construction will add to the bond that we will have to take out to pay for it. I am not comfortable with not knowing how much it will, with not knowing how much the back end of the project will cost, namely moving the police over. I mean, I'd feel more comfortable knowing that before we do this. If it were me, I'd like to see us get back down to the original $9 million price tag for the entire project that was presented to council when we approved buying the building. At that price point, even the fiscal hawks that I know and talk to a lot, they could support that original price proposal. Their support, be honest, dropped off when the cost started escalating from 9 million to 12 million and now beyond. So that's it.
Can I just clarify one thing, please? I don't know where these numbers are coming from, the 12 and the 19 million. Have we been talking about 12 and 19 million dollars?
This process for this phase, you'd be looking at the 9 to
Yeah.
9.3 million where the bid process
Do you want me
came.
to
Okay,
tell
for
you where the
hold
number
on one
came
second,
from?
Please, 1 minute. So we're talking about remodeling, so basically this money we're talking about, one is for City Hall, right? Moving everything over City Hall and having the fire department completely remodeled, this building. So we're talking 2 buildings, not just one, which we talked about earlier for 19 million, correct? So,
The original, our last time looking at our public safety building for fire and police, that building was 19 million.
yeah, okay, all right, go ahead.
The 12
Member
million, well, we've already established where the 19 million came from. I believe there was a comment made in previous meetings that this is better than paying for $19 million building. The 12 million comes from a couple of months after we bought the building. Our consultants came in with a new bid, with a new proposal, or I think your schematics, maybe it wasn't a new proposal, it was your schematics, that the price had escalated to 12 million. If you don't believe me, I will send my husband home to get the paper out of
Not necessary.
out of my library. And so and obviously when we were talking at 12 million and I shared that with people, I saw the support that, I mean, quite frankly, I had one gentleman tell me, Linda, shut up and vote for it. And then, but when it got up to 12 million, it was, Linda, hold your guns, because this is, going up by at least a third, and now more is getting ridiculous. So that's where the numbers come from, Madam Mayor.
Okay, Member Schilling?
Naturally, obviously disappointed with the 300,000 overage in the bids, but we've been talking about this for so long that it has to move forward. Obviously, I'm in favor of this project, and to Linda's point as well is, we could have done this project in 2012 for $3 million, but we threw that on the trash too. So now we're looking at $9 million plus for something we could have done for 3 million, but that's what we keep doing here, is we keep kicking it down the road, and it keeps going up 6%, 8%, 9%, 10%. And in the meantime, our staff suffers. They're in, you know, in my opinion, our police department, let alone this facility here, is so inadequate for a staff. It's kind of embarrassing, frankly. So let's get this thing moving. I'm done watching this price rise.
Okay. Member Ronstadt?
It's, the price is always a hard pill to swallow, but I think it's one that the majority of the residents are willing to take and are looking forward to having the safety of the city in both police and fire looked after and done quickly and as efficiently as possible.
Member Lugar? You did?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. So I guess it's my turn. One more time. All right, so I am in favor moving forward. I will say that there's so many communities that are building brand-new facilities at $54 million, $40 million, and this council recognized that we would not be able to pass that cost onto our residents. There was no way that that was gonna work. And I feel like the due diligence of the city staff, of our police, of our fire, everybody kind of working together, we came up with a cost that is going to be a lot easier, and it's gonna come up with good buildings that, conditions that we have hired people should work in good conditions,
And
right?
other cities might look to us as an example.
They might. We're repurposing a great building, and a lot of time and attention has gone into it. Am I disappointed? We've talked about this. Am I disappointed the price is up? Yes. Am I happy that we're not paying $50 million on a new building? Absolutely. So, and it's gonna look fabulous. So I'm all in favor of this. I think in the end, our residents do understand that this needs to be done. It's just proven with a nice city hall, nice police, it shows that we really care about our city. So there obviously was no questions for you. You just had to stand there and listen to that. So I will make the motion to approve Resolution 260660, a resolution receiving bids and awarding a contract for the city facilities improvement project. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Member Lugar. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Nay.
It does pass. Thank you. We look forward to getting this started. All right.
Thank you.
Number 4, and we have to go into a public hearing, correct?
Correct, I can do a summation and then we need to open it up, correct?
Okay, you want to go ahead then? And can we do both of these, or do we have to go in and out?
We can go into
The second one doesn't require a public hearing,
Correct.
it's just a summary publication, so.
Oh, got it. Okay,
just for
perfect.
the second one is just to vote on the
Yeah,
resolution, correct?
perfect. Thank you.
Council, we did have this previously at a work session regarding our Mid-Continent Communication franchise agreement. Our city staff and legal counsel has been working on this through 2025 and 2026, and this is our new renewal of the franchise agreement we have with Mid-Continent Communications. Essentially, these franchise agreements establish terms and conditions under the cable providers that they may utilize our public right-of-way infrastructure and provide cable-related services to our community. These are usually long-term basis, generally every 10 years, even up to 15 years, but more, you're seeing 10 years now is more the norm. We have previous reviews that agreement, like I said, at that work session. It essentially establishes the rights and responsibilities of both Mid-Continent Communications related to the operation and maintenance of cable infrastructure, franchise fee payments, customer service standards, technical requirements, and applicable regulatory compliance obligations. The proposed agreement that you have in place for the ordinance, it maintains existing franchise fee structure authorized under our federal law and includes provisions related to right-of-way permitting, restoration requirements, operational standards, public, educational, and government access channel provisions if we so choose to utilize, technical service standards, insurance requirements, and reporting obligations. State and federal franchise renewal requirements do require this public hearing, so we will need to open up a public hearing and have the ability to have any of the public weigh in on this or make comments. So regarding that franchise fee. So following that public hearing, we would recommend that the council adopt ordinance 2602, and then secondarily, there is a resolution for a summary publication as the actual ordinance is quite long and would be quite costly to publish in totality.
Yeah, okay, so council, what we're gonna do is, we'll go ahead and do the public hearing, and then after we close that, you can ask any questions that you wanna ask at that time. So we do need a motion to open to a public hearing, please.
So moved.
We have a motion by member Schilling, do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second by member Onstad, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, we are open for public hearing. Do we have anybody here who would like to come up and speak about the franchise fee? That would be a no. Okay, there's nobody coming up, so we need a motion to close the public hearing. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
We have a motion by member Luker to close the hearing. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second by member Onstad. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We are now back into regular session. So, consider approval and adoption of ordinance, 2026-02, an ordinance granting a franchise to Mid-Continent Communications to operate and maintain a cable communication system in the city of Wyoming. We'll start with member Onstad with any questions.
No questions.
Member Schilling,
I actually have no questions on this.
member Yeager,
No questions, asked and answered at the work session.
okay, member Luker.
No questions.
And I have none either. We need a motion to approve ordinance 2026-02. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
We have a motion by member Schilling. Do we have a second? I'll make that second. Iverson makes the second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So approved. Number 5 is Resolution 260661, a resolution adopting and approving a summary publication for ordinance 2026-02, an ordinance granting a franchise to Mid-Continent Communications to operate and maintain a cable communication system in the city of Wyoming. Council, any questions?
Nope.
Okay, so we need a motion to approve.
So moved.
Motion to approve by member Luker. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by member Onstad. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So approved. Consent agenda number 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. I want to point out that many of these are solicitor applications for the hail that was received. Permits need to be granted by the city and the council in order for them to knock on your door. So if they don't have a permit, send them to my house. So, all right,
We do
Madam
have a-
Mayor,
yeah,
building on that, I have been getting phone calls out the wazoo. I have been getting guys knocking on my door. When I ask them to see their city permits, they tend to run the other way. But it's becoming an increasing problem since the hailstorm.
yeah. I actually had somebody call me and he didn't know where the city of Wyoming was. And I go, well, what are you calling me for then? So there we go.
Just
Yes,
for
Mr.
the,
Limmer.
for the public record, our, I can't do. I-
What?
Suggest that you post a notice on your county clerk. That does not allow that.
Yeah, we could.
I don't know. I think it's kind of fun. They knock on the mayor's door and I tell them, do you have a permit? Because you're at the mayor's door. So, I mean,
We all find enjoyment in
we do. It's just a little bit. so.
Do you wear your badge when you answer the door?
No, and they don't question me. So, there we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just so you
Yeah.
know too, for the public, we do, anyone that is solicited, you do get a large, bright
Yeah.
orange, hunter orange card that's pretty recognizable and identifiable.
Yeah.
So they have to have that.
And I've often heard someone say, well, my boss has it. It's like, no,
No.
you don't have one because he would have told you to carry it. And I talked to a guy long enough for one of our officers to show up and escort him out of the city.
There you go. That's what we do. So anyways, if nobody wishes to pull anything off the consent agenda, we need a motion to approve 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12.
So moved.
We have a motion by member Schilling. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second by member Onstad. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So approved. Acknowledge receipt of reports of officer boards, commissions, and department heads. Number 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. Does anybody wish to pull a report? Seeing none, we'll move on to old business number 19. To consider approval and adoption of ordinance 2026-01, an ordinance amending the City of Wyoming Code of Ordinances, Chapter 16, nuisances, Division 4/noise. Mr. Weck, are you starting with us? No.
This will
who's-
be me.
Oh, it's,
Honorable
okay,
Mayor.
thanks.
Honorable Mayor, members of the City Council, this is an item coming before you again. It was before you as well at the last City Council meeting on June 2nd, but is back with some revisions. As a little bit of a reminder, this is an amendment to the current city's noise ordinance. And these proposed amendments is intended to modernize and clarify existing regulations that are related to excessive or disruptive noise in the city. The current ordinance lacks specifics in some areas and can cause inconsistencies when interpreting it or trying to enforce the specifics of it. The proposed revisions are designed to align the city's ordinance more closely to the standards and practices seen in surrounding communities. The updates provide clear definitions, establish more subjective standards regarding allowable hours for noise and the hours of operation of those noises, and clarify exceptions related to permitted special events. In addition then, after it was before you all, there was a request for further specification as to what defined a weekday, weekend, and holiday. So we have changed those instances to state the specific days, and then holiday has been changed to government holiday. Kind of the top level we discussed deeper last time, but it does go over noises that are prohibited, hour restrictions on certain operations, exceptions to the noise ordinance, and then enforcement. So with that, it's a recommendation to approve and adopt ordinance 2026-01, as well as approving the approving and adopting the summary publication for that ordinance as well.
Thank you. Questions from council? We'll start with Member Yeager.
No questions.
Member Schilling.
No questions. This was just a more defined ordinance that was very vague prior, so.
Member Ronstadt.
No questions.
Member Luker.
Also no questions.
And I have none either. We need a motion to approve ordinance 2026-01 and ordinance amending the City of Wyoming Code of Ordinances. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
We have a motion by Member Onstad and a second by Member Luker. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So approved. Number 20, to consider resolution 2006-64, a resolution adopting and approving a summary publication of the ordinance that we just went through. Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
We have a motion to approve by Member Schilling. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second by Member Luker. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So approved. New business, number 21. To consider resolution 260665, a resolution approving a preliminary plot D-26-003, Mastel Addition, location Heath Avenue and West Comfort Drive, application JKJ Property Management Company, LLC, property ID 21.10518.00. Mr. Weck, this one is yours.
It is, Madam
Okay.
Mayor, council members. And also the next one will be the final plat for the city. So this is preliminary final plat review for the parcel. The parcel's located on the corner of Heath and West Comfort Drive, right off of Highway 8. They're requesting preliminary final plat to create one lot for a new home and then 2 outlots. Property's currently zoned rural residential 1, is guided for mixed use on the north side and commercial on the south side of Highway 8. Single family dwellings are allowed in the mixed use district, so either zoning works for this. So the lot to the south, outlot B, as a part of the Highway 8 improvements, will be taken by the county or MnDOT to create some stormwater ponds, and then show the reconfiguration here also. Currently, the lot is 2 acres. Minimum lot size is 1 acre, is 2 acres in size. It has enough road frontage and depth, and so it meets those requirements. This is the drawing from the Highway 8 improvements. We're relocating Heath Avenue, and you see the new road is being built pretty much through the center of the Mastel property. So future development, one low density residential lot, and then should say it's buildable, it is buildable. And the Highway 8 reconstruction impacts are going to impact Outlot 8 also. We're suggesting 4 conditions of approval, and the planning commission is also recommending approval of both preliminary and final plats with those conditions listed.
Okay, thank you. The applicants are here if council would like them to come forward. Can we have someone come up forward just in case there's any questions? That'd be great. Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay, so we'll start with questions over here with Member Onstad. Do you have
I have
any
no
questions?
questions.
Anything for the applicants? Okay, Member Luker?
No questions.
Okay. Member Yeager?
No questions. Seems very straightforward and well done.
Member Schilling?
No questions, actually. I think this was the easiest 4 conditions. It's just check the boxes and we're good to go. So, yeah, no, I'm good.
And I have
Yeah.
none either, so we appreciate
Thank
that.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, all right, so we need a motion to approve resolution 260665. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
We have a motion from member Luger, we have a second from member Schilling.
Yep.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, so approved. And then resolution 260666, a resolution approving a final plat for D 26 005 Mastel Edition. We know there's no questions, we're done with that, so we need a motion to approve.
So moved.
Motion to approve by member Onstad, Mayor Iverson will make the second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, so approved. Thank you.
Thank you.
Number 23, to consider hiring Pam, I'm gonna need help with this last name, Brorsrick?
Yep.
Okay, for the position of part-time firefighter with the Wyoming Fire Department. Chief Bauer.
Thank you, Mayor Iverson, members of council. As you remember, we posted for a new position within the city, a part-time firefighter, within the fire department. We are asking for approval for Pam Mrozik to be appointed to the part-time position. She has over 5 years' experience with active fire and EMS experience. She's a part-time paid-on-call firefighter EMT with Matamidi and Scandia. She has certifications as an EMT, firefighter 1, firefighter 2, hazmat operations. The only thing that, and she has a bachelor's degree as well. The only thing we would need to send her to, and I don't know that any of the applicants had this, was the inspector certification. So that's a pretty more unique certification that we know we would have to likely send someone to, so we would do that down the road. She has significant leadership experience and public relations experience as well. She works for the DNR, and we really believe that she rose to the surface throughout the application process and would be a really good addition, especially as we move, as of 12 minutes ago, to moving our facility. We have a lot of work to do in the next month and a half to prepare our facility. So we'd be looking at, that would be her primary responsibility very soon. So we have a couple things to finish up with her. She did her agility test, but she has her psychological evaluation done this week. And medical screening and drug screening are scheduled this week as well. So asking for conditional approval pending those final things to be completed. Bring her in at step 3 at $29.28 per hour. It is a part-time position. It does not include benefits. No health insurance, no nothing like that. We'd be scheduling her about 12 hours a week, and looking for, as soon as she gets those completed, bringing her on and getting a higher date set at that point.
Chief Bauer, my only question is, where's the money coming from for her?
It was in the budget for this year. We talked about this last year for the budget cycle.
Perfect, thank you. Okay, let's start with member Luger, please.
No questions.
Member Onstad.
No questions.
Member Schilling.
No questions. Welcome aboard.
Member Yeager.
Since fire inspections were portrayed as a big part of this job, how far down the road will she be trained as a fire inspector?
As soon as we have a class available. They're offered throughout the year through Century College usually, and we will get her into the next one as soon as it's available. We needed to get her appointed, and then we could find a class. So they're throughout the year.
Okay. Will she be resigning her other positions?
It would be, not necessarily, it would be on her time commitment. So those are part-time and paid on call. That is not our decision to make. That would be for her to decide. But Chief Milligan has worked with her quite a bit on how she would work this into her schedule and to make that work.
Okay. My big concern would be not having any fire inspection experience, because that was apparently one of the big reasons we needed this position. And that, as like you said, of 12 minutes ago, it's time to look at remodeling and whatnot. And with those increasing costs, I don't think it's a great idea to be adding new positions at this time. That's it.
All right. I really don't have any questions. I think that having an inspector is really a big deal for us, for the city. We have not had that for a while.
Yes.
And we've been talking about that for a long time. So I think being able to have somebody who's so well-rounded and not on a full-time position, having it on a part-time position, I think is really, again, a smart move. So I always appreciate that you really look after the public safety department and what we need going forward.
Thank you.
So appreciate that. All right, I'll make the motion to approve hiring Pam Moroxik for the position of part-time firefighter with Wyoming Fire Department. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by member Onstead. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Hey,
So approved. Number 24, to consider a Wyoming City Council work session on July 7th, 2026. I'm enjoying all these work sessions.
A lot of work sessions of late, but I think good importance, and we're accomplishing a
It
lot
is.
through them. So this is essentially just requesting from the council to go through our streets capital improvement plan review. That's as we go through that, that's an important tool that we identify and prioritize and schedule our future roadway reconstruction and improvements. So we have been working with our staff, our public works staff, our city engineer, and our finance director to go and update that. So we would like to go through that with the city council as we're entering budget season to confirm with you that as we look at our 2027 project that we've identified, and just to go through those and make sure that we, right now, the sequencing that we have on those is something that the council can support for this year. As we know, this is a kind of a fluid CIP, as we always try to work through these based on some of our available funds and the conditions of those roadways, but we'd just like to give council an update on that, and that would be July 7th at 5:30 p.m.
Okay, has everybody checked their calendars? Everybody's good with that? And it's here at City Council, obviously? Okay. So we need a motion to approve the City Council work session on July 7th, 2026 at 5:30 here at Council Chambers. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
We have a motion by member Schilling. Do we have a second?
Second?
Second by member Luker. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So approved. We'll go to council reports. We'll start with member Onstad.
I attended Touch a Truck last weekend, which was fantastic, and everybody involved did a really great job, and it was a fun event, and work session prior to this.
Okay, member Schilling?
Attended work session prior to this, and thanks for those who showed up and anybody watching. Have a great night.
Okay, member Yeager?
oh, I attended the work session prior to this meeting, and I attended Touch a Truck on Saturday. And thank you all for coming, and thank you all for watching.
Okay, and member Luker?
I attended the work session earlier tonight, as well as the Chisago Lakes Joint Sewer Commission meeting last night.
Okay, I also attended the Joint Sewer Commission meeting as well, the work session, and then Touch a Truck, just a great job, Mr. McFarland, honestly. It was great. Weather was a little warm, but that's okay, right? It brought a lot of people out. So I think it's something that when I'm talking to people, it's not just people from Wyoming or Forest Lake. People are coming from the cities, and I think that's pretty important. They get to see our great city, so thank you for that. Mr. Erickson, can you give us an update on the road project?
Yes, the contractor is making good progress. They're removing curb and gutter, replacing curb and gutter as they go. Once they complete the removal of the curb and gutter, they're gonna completely patch everything back in, because when they go through the mill, they only take the top surface off, and so they'll be patching in along the curb. They'll be backfilling behind the curb and seeding and restoring all the areas before they mill the material off, and so everything should be complete except the milling of the material. They'll mill the material off, and then they'll begin changing and doing all the iron adjustments, the castings, all those will be completed. And they will then follow with the final paving of the area. And so that is expected to be done by mid-July.
We've had a little bit of rain.
It has, so it's slowed them up a little bit here, but they are making good progress. And we do expect by mid-July they will be complete with that project.
Perfect. I keep forgetting I can't go down that road. So I'll be glad when that's
You can
done.
go down that.
I can, but it's
Yeah, it's a little bit of an inconvenience sometimes.
Yeah, a little bit. So I appreciate that update. Chief Bauer, a couple things coming up, Night to Unite coming up, and I think am I missing something else?
19 is August 4th. It's the first
Okay.
Tuesday.
Okay.
Over on Goodview again. Working with, be similar to last year with having the food trucks there. We also have some additional donations to contribute to food. And we're gonna do a little bit different. We'll have time release of tickets. We don't have a rush of giving all the tickets away in the first 8 minutes and then long lines. So we have much more planning going into it this year. And we've got some other vendors coming in as well. So I think it'll be
Okay.
a cool, neat well, I don't know if it's gonna be cool, it will be fun, either way.
It'll be great. It
Yep,
usually is,
right.
so really appreciate that as well. Just a plug for Stamp Out Suicide again, and then also Stagecoach Day is actually a week later than what we usually have it. So just kind of a heads up for that, so. All right, we need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Motion to adjourn by member Schilling. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second by member Luker. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned at 7:36.